When my wife told me she wanted to be a surrogate, I was very much against it. I was just worried, I didn't know anything about it. I had 1.5 million misconceptions, and so my initial reaction was I was very, very much against it.
I didn't fully understand what kind of this whole entailed. I just assumed that they were going to take her egg, someone else's sperm, boom, baby, and then be on separate way. And I was going to say, nope, not going to happen.
When my wife first told me she wanted to be a surrogate, I thought it was just going to be one of those spur of the moment type like hobbies that she just obsesses about for a bit, you know?
It was just foreign is what it was. It wasn't something that I knew, and therefore you're like afraid of it.
When she told me about surrogacy, it caught me off guard a little bit. I know that we have talked about it before because I was there when she had the conversations with her friends, but I never really heard her. You know, like I heard the conversation, I never really took the time to sit down myself and really process what this really is.
What warmed me up to the idea of surrogacy was I consider myself pretty laid back and open-minded. You know, I don't really have a lot of like strong beliefs against anything regarding people's personal lives, and it meant a lot to her, so I figured, you know, just let her do it. Well, not let her, but support her.
She explained to me that, you know, with advances in technology that they wouldn't require her egg. They could go ahead and do the embryo, make the embryo, and then it would just be a simple transfer, and then she would just be pretty much the host. After that, that kind of eased, you know, my, you know, a lot of the tensions and, you know, the negative thoughts that I had towards surrogacy.
The thing that allowed me to like warm up was like her going into depth of like, okay, this is how it's gonna go. We're gonna do IVF for, I think it's like 11 or 12 weeks, and then we're gonna go get transferred, and her just explaining the process step by step.
I wanted to support her, but it also brought up a lot of questions in my head, like what does it really mean? What really goes into all of this? She kept me in the loop. She kept on letting me know what was going on. And then once I felt comfortable, I came around to the idea, and honestly, like, you know, looking at our kids that we're raising, someone wants to be a parent and she wants to be a part of that. I know being a parent is one of my favorite things, and looking at them as they grow, like, okay, I am 100% here for you. Like, we will do this and I will be there for you.
The first set of parents that we helped, Joe and Gav, when we met them in person and hung out with them, you're just like, yeah, I totally want to do this. You know, if anybody deserves to have kids, it's these guys, like hands down. I can't think of better people to be parents.
I wouldn't take back a moment of it because we have, you know, some best friends out of it. The second journey that she had, you know, we consider them family. We talk to them a couple times a month.
So when I explained to people that my wife was a surrogate, I would always open it up with the joke of, oh, she's pregnant, it's not my baby. And that always freaked people out at first, and then I'm like, no, she's a surrogate. And then I would go on to explain pretty much what it was, because like, particularly women would have a lot of questions about it. And normally the men would always be like, so how much is she get paid for it? Like every single time.
The compensation is something that's kind of a, you know, it's a big deal to everybody. Surrogacy allowed us to start 2 businesses that we never would have been able to start otherwise.
The compensation from surrogacy, it allowed me to switch careers, which in turn allowed Cheyenne to just not have to go back to work. She currently doesn't work, and it's wonderful because she gets to focus on her school, just take care of our daughter when I'm not home.
Honestly, we were struggling financially a lot, and it really gave us the foundation so that we could go ahead and be financially independent and, you know, actually not live paycheck to paycheck.
It wasn't just about the money. My wife really wanted to help other people, and, you know, I wouldn't take back any second of it.
I think that idea of like my wife being pregnant with somebody else's baby made me feel like I would feel like less of a man. I think husbands of surrogates are like the most, like the best dad, the best husband. It's really a thing to overcome these types of fears but do something because of love, because that's what dads do. Dads take care of people. Dads help your neighbor. And as a testament to being a father, to show your kids like what love is, that mom and dad love people so much that they will do this thing for them.
It's not what you think. Like, it's not that scary at all. I say go for it. Support her.
Since my wife began the journey, I've become 100% more open towards surrogacy as a whole. And I hope that a lot more men become more open to the idea of allowing their wife to be a surrogate. I don't have any regrets about getting involved in this process so far. It's been a big eye-opener. It's been a really, really wonderful journey so far.
I don't have any regrets about getting involved in surrogacy. I think it's fascinating. I think she was made for it.
I have zero regrets about getting involved in surrogacy. I think it's a wonderful thing for many reasons.
I wish she would have done it a lot sooner, but I'm very proud of her. She's really tough. She's awesome.
It's a great feeling to know that you're having an impact, a positive impact on someone else's life and someone else's family. You know, if your wife is thinking about it, listen to her. Really take the time to listen to her and really take the time to learn about what surrogacy really is.